Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Faye. Okay.
Hi, Steph. Yes, how are you?
Good. Yeah.
Good.
Good.
It's Thursday again. The weeks just seem to be flying by.
They do.
Summer holidays are going a bit too fast, aren't they?
They're going a bit too fast, yeah.
Oh,
They really are.
It's going to be September before we know it.
Yeah, I'm just not thinking about it.
Try not to think.
Sticking my head in the sand.
Yeah, and enjoy it while it lasts. Well, it's Thursday, so we've got this hour together tonight. Oh, hi, Jill. So we've got an hour together and we're going to do a little bit of crafting, and we thought we'd just share just some of the kits that we've got. So some of you already know. So we've got our, let me flip the nature study. So it's nature study this month, isn't it, Deb?
Yeah, I'll just get my nature study ones. Yeah.
So, and I thought I would share this. So Debbie and I put a lot of thought into creating a little magazine for each kit, and we do our little color swatch chart here. We have videos that you can scan, and then we have all our lovely layouts and tips and tricks and ideas. Lots more YouTube videos there, and then what's coming next month. So 49 and Market is packed full. So Debbie, there's some of the layouts you've done from that. Do you want to show
I can just whiz through them? So the cut file comes with this one.
It does.
And this one, I added my cut file, and this one, and I've actually got loads left. I've made 4 layouts, but I will quite easily make more.
So I'm just trying to find. So we have in this kit, so we actually have the, oh, there's the lovely cut file. So we have that pre-cut Jenny Wren cut file there. We have this beautiful 12 by 12 colour wash rub-on kit. We have your lovely Jenny Wren stencil, which is the twigs. We did loads with that, didn't we?
We did. Shall I just?
Yes,
I did. This one was a bleaching technique, and with the stencil, I did a wreath for this one. So yeah, we've used it lots.
We've got a little pack of treasures. We've got the double-sided cardstock. This cardstock is just gorgeous. So we've got those in there. We've got our 300 GSM cardstock, and then we have our lovely magazine. So, and if you subscribe, it's £3 per month cheaper. So it's great to subscribe. You can cancel any time. There's no sort of fixed time commitment to the subscription. And so it's nature study this month, and last month it was this one, wasn't it, which was cocoa vanilla.
Yeah,
happy days. Oh, lots of people joining us, Deb. So we've got, hi Jasmine, hi Helen.
Hello.
And Trish and Lizzie. Brilliant stuff. Lots of people hopping on. We'll get crafting in a minute. So yeah,
shall I just flip through my cocoa vanilla ones? So I've got this one with lots of stitching on. I kept the picture quite small because I didn't want to cover it. This one's also got stitching, and I used the stencil that comes in the kit to make the background. This one is mixed media with texture paste, using the inks that we've colour swatched to go with it. And oh, I don't know what that is. This is another one using the stencil and the coordinating inks, and a grid layout. And this one, which is using the bleaching technique again. So I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've made 6 layouts.
Gorgeous.
With that kit, and I've still got stuff left over. It's
fab. And this one obviously comes packed full with the cardstock, all the double-sided papers, the stickers, the ephemera packs. There's enamel dots in there, I think.
Yes, the little hearts are gorgeous.
The little heart enamels. Look at those. Love those. You've got the Scrapping Chronicles magazine with a whole load of inspiration. So all the layouts Debbie's shown there. You've got videos and step-by-steps. And then these lovely pre-cut cut files. So we've got happy moments, and then we've got that lovely Jenny Wren stencil. So that's that. That's our kits. And then this next month we're starting to work with is Echo Park, isn't it?
Yes.
So this is my nature study just before we move on to Echo Park. These are the ones I did with the kits.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Some of you will have seen these already. I posted them on the 49 and Market fans group, and I've had some lovely comments. So I tell you what, this kit was so easy to create with, wasn't it?
Oh, the backgrounds are just beautiful. You just can't go wrong, can you?
And that is, of course, your beautiful mushroom cut file.
Yeah, that was an extra, so that can be bought
on the
website. Yeah.
And I put all my die cuts. I used all my scraps, and I die cut all this little foliage. So yeah, I got 5 layouts out of that kit. So generally we're finding the scrapbook subscription kits, which are $34.99. You can generally get at least 5 layouts with loads of stash left over. So masses to create with. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. We get masses of layouts out of these kits. So it's nice to show how much stash you get. So that,
and the only thing we ever add is just white cardstock, and everybody's got that, haven't they?
Yeah, and
you
we
know,
kind of, yeah, and we do the color swatches because lots of you own inks, and we love our distress inks and oxide. So what we do is we color match. And if I show what I've been working on, so for our Story Matters, we've been working on a colour swatch that will go into the magazine, and you see some match and some don't. And we spend a long time thinking, oh, which ink matches most closely. So you can see like Saltwater Taffy is a really good match for Echo Park, Our Story Matters. The blues are harder to match up. The yellow, it's definitely fossilized amber in this collection, but it could be mustard seed in other collections. So we spend quite a lot of time playing with our inks, don't we?
This was a tricky one, wasn't it, to match up?
It was a really tricky one. So does anybody else watching do colour matching and trying to work out what inks go? It's an exciting time to do that. The other thing we wanted to quickly share just before we start scrapping is, has anybody had a chance to watch Kate Crane's lovely video? The light is quite bright in here, so it doesn't quite pick out the colours as much as I'd like. But if anybody's watched, oh my gosh, I just loved Kate's class. These are tiny little mini moos.
These are
Debbie, yours are beautiful.
I need to work on my watercolouring. It's not like Kate's. I need to get better at my watercolouring.
One of the
I need
things,
more practice.
I'm not great at watercolouring, and this one with just pencil, and this one was watercolour. So I did 2 different ways for this. But the one thing on her video, she got a black pencil, and where she's put the dot, she put all the black.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
But it definitely, I think it's so fluid, isn't it? It's just like, go with it. They look beautiful, Deb. They look fabulous.
Oh, I'd do them again. I mean, I'm happy with them, but I think I could make them better.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Experiment.
With more practice, yeah.
And,
but what I love about them is they're all different. You look at other people's, and everybody, although people are using similar stamps, they all look different to me, and it's lovely to see.
They do. And these stamps, they have been flying out this last week since Kate did the class with us, because people have been stocking up on these. But hers, this is the next one on my list. I love this one.
This
is called Paintbrushes, and the next one is Swimmers. And she used this. I think she used that little one on the mini moos.
Yeah.
So those are all in stock. They are just beautiful. And Carabelle, we get shipped from France. So, we get those imported because they're not easy to get hold of, Kate stamps. So, right. Are we ready? So we're going to work on the Echo Park, Our Story Matters. I can see Steph says she's got a paper pack of this. So looking forward to the inspiration. Yes.
So have you cut paper punch strips with the border punches?
Yes, so I was a bit inspired by Cheryl's challenge, and I dug out some of my old punches, and these are ones I've actually bought secondhand from like some of the selling groups and Facebook Marketplace, because these are quite hefty things, and yeah, people must have some punches lurking somewhere, but you can pick them up very cheaply. So it was this one, which is an old, what's this, Martha Stewart, and I've seen Cheryl's layout for the challenge 14 on the cyber crop, and also Paige Evans does this wonderful technique, and it's almost like lace. So if I just take this off, and I haven't stuck anything down, but I'm thinking, because the kit this month comes with, I don't know if you've got your pack there, Deb, but it comes with this. You've got yours there?
It's the card, yes.
That's
Our
it.
Story Matters Coordinating Solids pack. So you get 2 sheets of each one. So 2 sheets of green and pale pink, 2 sheets of yellow and blue, so it's blue one side, yellow the other, and 2 sheets of dark blue and a brighter pink. So lots to play around with.
So much. And then in the kit we've obviously put in all the patterned cards. So I think there's 4 sheets, and Steph, you've probably got some of this in your pack. I've started to cut some of this up. This is lovely.
4.
This is the multi-journaling cards, and I just love both sides. Deb, I love your camera one there.
Yes.
And then I used my guillotine to cut a little frame, because I thought, actually, if I've done all this lace, I kind of want to frame it a little bit. So I am going to do that. So I'm going to start sticking, I think. I've done a bit of planning.
I haven't done any planning at all. I've done no planning at all. All I've done is I have backed a cut file.
Nice.
Oh, I've lost it now.
It was there.
It was here. I just showed you, didn't I, 2 minutes ago?
Yes, you did. It was definitely there, because you showed us all. You've got your Be Kind one. That one comes in the kit.
Oh, I don't know where it's gone now.
I have that.
There it is.
I have that all the time.
No, it's totally gone.
You're like, it's there 1 minute, gone the next. And my APG is having a moment. Look at this. Does anybody have this issue? What is going on? It's all happening tonight.
Wow. How can that have disappeared? I just showed you, didn't I? I had my photo already. Yeah.
It was there, and now it's gone.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Steph bought the Our Story Matters kit at the July crop. So yes, if you make some stuff with it, Steph, you'll have to show what you do. Give us some inspiration.
I can't find it.
Now my ATG tape has run out, and this is a work of art in itself. Who has an ATG tape? It is very easy to change once you've done it hundreds of times, but it takes a little while to get the hang of. And you have to unclip this and just dispose of all that. So anybody else have ATG, or do you use a lighter one? And it takes me a little while. Have you found it, Deb?
Nope.
No.
Now what was I doing? I went to get my layouts.
You're like, where was I? What was happening?
This is just ridiculous.
So it's quite easy to do once you get the hang of this. Very quick, very easy. But it feels a bit overwhelming at first. There we go. And if you get that, loop the loop. If anybody's got an ATG, it's as simple as that. And you just keep winding until that sticky stuff comes through. Love ATG, lasts forever. Goes on and on.
Oh, found
Any
it.
oh, where was it?
At the bottom of all the layouts I just showed you.
I knew it'd be somewhere. There we go. We're refilled. Right, let's get this going. Yes, Steph, so you've got an ATG and you're right. It's like, to start with, you're like, I cannot get the hang of this.
Well, some days I used to spend like a lot of time, didn't I, changing people's ATG tapes. It was just like,
We'd sometimes
most
do
people have got
crops
it
where
now.
people would be queuing up going, ah, please help me. I have no idea what I'm doing. But honestly, it's the easiest thing once you get the hang of it. Right.
Now, Faye, what two colours do you reckon would go best with this blue and yellow? Fossilised amber, and did you reckon? I can't find my list because it's on my phone. And obviously,
so the two
jeans.
I used, because if I show you my little layout that I'm going to be doing next, because I got two I'm working on. It's these two, which is Fossilised Amber and Faded Jeans.
Right, let me find Fossilised
are the perfect match.
Faded
And the
jeans.
blue was the hardest to match, I have to say.
Yeah.
It was the hardest to match. Right, I'm going to start putting all this lacy stuff down. Yeah, it was tricky. But Fossilised Amber is the perfect one. I think I'm using wet glue for this because you can move it around. This I've put on ATG, and this was this punch. But I actually then used some embroidery thread, and I've just stitched to give it a bit of texture.
It's really effective.
Yeah, I love a bit of stitching. It's really big holes, so it was not difficult to stitch. Really easy to do. You bring these close together. They look more effective when they're close. Are you rummaging for inks there now?
Yeah, I'm trying to find them in Fossilised Amber now.
Oh,
Add all my colours together.
have you got mini inks or big?
Big.
Big. This is your oxide you're looking for.
Yeah. And I thought I had all my yellows together, but of course they've ended up in a pickle now.
Well, and the trouble is if you go to crops and you just take what you need.
Yeah.
You cannot find what you need.
No. And of course it'll be in the last pile I look for.
Absolutely.
And Faded Jeans, I think I have in a distress.
Yes, Faded Jeans, definitely. We're finding some of these collections definitely match. I think mustard seed's often most popular, but it's definitely not a good match to this collection.
No, it's too bright, isn't it?
Far too bright. Fossilised Amber, which I've only just bought, I must admit, when I just purchased, is the perfect match.
Excuse the rustling.
As much as I didn't think I need all the colours, now I'm doing colour swatches.
I think you do, yeah.
I do. And for example, I was trying to match pinks, and saltwater taffy is the perfect
and
match.
It's the only one really that will match that pink, isn't it? I tried loads and it just didn't
match.
Work.
Saltwater taffy is the perfect pink. Yes. But the other one that I didn't have that I thought might match was Kitsch Flamingo. Has anybody got Kitsch Flamingo? Possibly. Yes, so Jasmine asks, is that stencil in the kit? It certainly is. So it is this lovely stencil, which is in a figure of 6. And my next layout is going to be based on that stencil. It's lovely. Yes, saltwater taffy is lovely. I only got it a few months back. Didn't think it was for me, but it's a beautiful pink. It is this kind of pink. Love it. So I am slowly building a collection of each of the inks because You do need. Yeah, sponge sugar I've got, and that is just so light and quite like a baby pink. The weird thing is this collection, Steph, you've probably found because you've got this collection kit. The colours are a bit insipid. They're a bit, we were talking about it,
aren't they?
Yeah.
You think it's colourful, but when you actually look at it, it's like muted, isn't it?
Yeah. But I love it. And then you've got this really almost like dark navy blue. So we put with that, Chip Sapphire was the closest. Tim Holtz could do with bringing out a really deep, almost like blue black. Tim Holtz, if you ever listen. Wouldn't it be lovely?
See him joining our lives, Faye. I'm sorry.
Oh, wouldn't it be lovely to have Sir Tim hop on for a minute? Oh, that sounded a bit funny.
I'm wondering if that would work as a border if I inked it and cut it out.
Yes. And you could cut it out like little scallops.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I love it. Great idea.
Love it when a plan comes together.
I love it. Inspirational ideas going on here.
Bearing in mind, I hadn't decided what I was doing 5 minutes ago.
Sometimes they're the best layouts.
Yeah.
Just got to go with the flow. Absolutely.
Right, I'm going to try cutting that out and see what that looks like.
Pink, then yellow. Yeah, definitely. It's sort of, you almost think, oh, that's a rainbow one, Steph. And then you're like, well, it's a bit muted, and definitely some of those autumnal colours in. But I do love all the icons, and the ephemera is beautiful. What
It's funny, isn't it? Because when you look at the icons and everything, it seems brighter than it is. And then when you look at the papers, especially the coloured cardstock, it seems like more dull, doesn't it?
Yeah, but what I love about this collection is it's not themed. It's like just memories. Yeah. And it could be boys' memories. I'm scrapping pictures of my little boy, which is sort of bluey pictures. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Birthdays, holidays, memories, anything.
I prefer collections that aren't too prescriptive.
I think that's why I love Nature Study. Although it was outdoorsy, there wasn't a,
but you could use it for the muted tones, couldn't you? And it didn't you didn't have to scrap outdoors things if you didn't have. That's Absolutely. What I love about the I think the 49er market are less prescriptive, aren't they, than some. Yeah. So I'm thinking if I put that in a little bit and I do one on each side, what do you think?
I think that's super, really effective, because I was trying to think of different ways to use this stencil, which is why I made those sort of dominoes. I
did write down some ideas, but I don't know where I've put my piece of paper. I had some lovely ideas for.
It might be nice to use around a circle shape or something, you know.
Yeah, I was going to try that around a heart, but then I thought it's too. If it goes wrong, it's too late to start rescuing it. And I was thinking about doing a kind of rick-rack.
Nice, yeah.
But I'm not describing myself very well. Let me just show you what I mean.
Oh.
You know, when you see rick-rack and it goes
up one way and then next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could do. You'd have to mask it off. And then
it is, and Jasmine, you're right, it's like this, it looks almost black on the camera. It's actually like a really dark navy. It's fascinating as a colour.
I was thinking if you masked it off, you could have a rick-rack shape like that. So it goes like this. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, yes.
That's what I was thinking about.
I love that.
I'm not going to do it on the border, though.
Yes. I want to lift up these. I'm going to put some of this little bunting down here. Oh, yes, I love the Tranquility range, Jasmine.
Yeah.
That sort of muted blues and pinks, isn't it? Oh,
And I love the Plum Grove.
yes. Now I didn't
Really
think
love
I'd be a
Plum
fan of
Grove.
that, but I love that, Deb. I'm with you. Big fan of that, and I didn't think I would be because I was like, purples, but
Top tip: if you're doing a border, use this bit, and then you've got more of the stencil to mask off the rest of the paper, so you're not going to make.
Top tip.
You're not going to make marks on the rest of it. How long is this? 2 more.
Love a top tip.
Well, basically, it's just a mistake I've made, and I'm going to save yourself making a mistake.
Yes.
You can do this. You don't have to, but you can if you want to.
Best idea. Let's cut these out. I'm going to use these as little frames here. Under here. There. And right here, and love this. I think I'm going to put that there. Maybe the little hearts. I think a lot of the detail is in the lace, which is just peeking through. I am putting 4 photos on this, which I know is quite a lot, but I thought, well, might as well use them up. One. Two. We've gone quiet because we're concentrating.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Look at him. This was about a year ago. He had his last day at nursery today. The time has gone so fast.
Oh, it doesn't seem 5 minutes, does it?
I know. I was dropping him off there for the first time. Flown by. So we got the leavers ceremony tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Oh yeah, thanks Lizzie. I thought like the lace kind of effect. It is like that muted. It's almost like modern vintage. I don't know how I would describe it. Modern vintage, but this one definitely didn't call for huge amounts of mixed media. Like we're stenciling with the stencil that's in the kit, but it didn't need loads of like pizzazzy mixed media, did it?
No, I don't.
It's not that kind of
work.
It's not that kind of collection.
No.
A bit more sort of clean scrapbooking, as I would call it. But I'm offsetting those because I want this lovely little title here. These days are so very precious to me. Isn't that so true? And I think I might foam pad that. That's coming along quickly, Deb. Scallop.
Well, I'm getting there.
Let's foam pad these.
Quicker than I thought it would be. If I'm
Oh, Jocelyn's on YouTube. Hi, Jocelyn.
Hello.
Great stuff. How are you? And is anybody crafting this evening with us?
How's your ring coming along, Steph?
Oh, yes. There's been lots of work going on in Steph's house. Hopefully some time for crafting soon, because I should imagine. I know how much work goes into big renovation overhaul projects, and then it's all the sorting and the clearing up.
Well, that's what I've been doing because we've had new windows put in upstairs. I've spent, I couldn't put anything back because they didn't do the window sills. So it's really frustrating having to wait for that.
Yeah.
So I haven't got as much sorting done as I wanted to, but I just wanted to get everything out of the way.
Yeah.
And off the floor and
take note. That can go here. Take note. Right, I think this one pretty much doesn't need a whole lot more.
You did that quickly.
Oh, Jasmine, you can't craft at what? I sometimes have live sort of on while I'm crafting, and then I want to type and like join in the chat, and I'm like, oh, you keep stopping and starting what you're doing because you're joining in the chat. Right, I reckon that probably doesn't need too much more. So it's got my bit of stitching. I might add in the kit, there's some lovely enamel dots. There's also this wonderful sheet of stickers that comes in the kit. So
aren't there some tiny little embellies as well?
There are little tiny bees. I might have to add a little bee.
I thought you might be adding a bee.
Yes, let me show you what comes in the kit. So we've got these lovely enamel dots, so that might need to be added. We've obviously got the sticker sheet, which is beautiful. We've got 2 cut files. So we've got the Be Kind, and then you've got the one that Debbie's using, Our Story. And where's my little bees? We've got the most beautiful.
Let me see if I can find mine without losing everything.
Oh,
I've got mine here.
And we've got this ephemera pack. There's a big pack of ephemera.
And these tiny cute little bees.
Oh, yes.
They are so cute.
I am going to find them because I want to add some here. Tiny little pack of bees. We've got to have a little bee on here somewhere. Oh, thank you, Jill. Hi, Alison. Yeah, loving the colours of this collection. It is an unusual palette. Muted rainbows, we were saying. But I do love it. Right, this little bee. Look at these. How cute are these? I have to hold this up here.
They are mega cute.
They are so cute. They are enamel. And so, on this little take note, I'm going to have a little bee right here. I could do with tweezers.
I don't know if I want to use this picture on here. I don't know if I want to do a...
Beautiful. But the colours are just so beautiful because of that yellow background.
I know, but I so rarely get to do like girly pictures. I'm wondering if I need to do something different, if you know what I mean. And
if you go with the girly colours, the tone of your photo is blue and yellow, isn't it?
But I have got this that I think is quite girly that I've made. And I've put little bits of, I put my glitter pen on, and I thought with a few flowers, I'm just thinking.
Oh, that's nice. That is lovely.
So that's what I'm thinking. I'm putting that photo there for now, but I'm thinking this would work with lots of photos, whereas I rarely scrap girls.
Yes, I know what you mean. But even when I scrap boys, I still do it in pink.
Well, yeah.
Because I've got boys in my house, so I just scrap pinky boys. Yeah, we got some good questions on the chat. So will the bees make it into the shop? So we'll see what's left over from our kits, and then yes, anything we have left over we do list on the shop. So we will let you know, Steph, if they go up there, because like they're just so tiny. We've got the wooden bees, but the wooden bees are more chunky. These are just little tiny acrylic.
These are so tiny they might even make their way onto my layouts.
Yes, Deb, she's going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Dimensions. Oh, and Jill says, I think this might be my first kit. That would be lovely. We love new subscribers. And it is packed full. So, right. So, Deb, you've been working with the stencil. I've worked with the stencil. I've got these.
Love what you've done.
Look, these are from our Crop in the Country retreat. Look, a bit Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. And then this was, we had a challenge when we were away where you had to like complete all 12 challenges. And hadn't our friend done all of them bar one? You had to do like the altered art challenge. So we did the altered art for her and all contributed and entered it, and then she won. And she didn't even remember that when Angela did that. She didn't even know that she'd won, and it was so fab. That's what friends are for.
Absolutely.
It was a giggle, wasn't it?
Well, we've talked about it before. We used to do we did share circle journals, didn't we? And that was really lovely at the time. I don't think I could cope with the stress of it now, or the time.
Did anybody else do circle journals? You had to work on it and post it off, or swap it at a crop.
Yeah.
It was stunning, but yes, we wouldn't have the time now, but
no,
it was lovely to work on.
And it was lovely, you know, as long as everybody sort of
did their bit,
did it when they were supposed to as well.
Yeah. So in this kit, not only do you get these gorgeous little tiny bees, because we always add little bits to the collection along with the newsletters. So you get the enamel dots, the ephemera, the stickers, you get the solids paper pack, and then Deb, you said 4 sheets of cardstock and the stencil and the 2 cut files.
I think it's 6 of the coloured cardstock.
Yes, 6 of the coloured,
6 of the coloured,
4
and 2 of
4 of the double-sided.
Yep. And did we have white cardstock in there as well?
Yeah, 2 sheets of 300
white
GSM, and then this lovely roll of film strip washi, which I have used on this to do the top and the bottom. Oh, Jasmine, how fast does Face Scrap? I do the planning beforehand, I have to say, so I am quite well planned. So I'm cheating really, because I've probably spent about 2 hours here faffing about.
Now, do I need something to join it, like a bit of ephemera on each corner, or does it look okay like that?
I think stick it down and then maybe see what the gaps are like. I think my first instinct is it doesn't need it.
That's what I'm kind of thinking, but I need to get the spacing just right before I start sticking.
And the same with these
quilting ruler out.
I kind of called these dominoes, and when I inked them, I got my ruler out. This is one I got secondhand somewhere, trusty. Look, it's even broken there. But this means you can line it up and make sure you get it really.
This one's got all the angles. This is actually a quilting ruler.
Yeah,
it's fabulous.
I don't measure many things. And sometimes I want this to be a bit off. I don't want it completely lined up. I'm finding more and more, I'm using my ATG, but I'm also using this Nuvo because it gives you a bit more movability.
Gives you a bit of wiggle room, doesn't it?
Bit of wiggle room. I wasn't a wet glue.
No.
But more and more I use, well, I love my ATG.
Yeah.
Wouldn't change that. And also wet glue has more of a habit to go wrong, as you can see. I've just got sploshes all over.
I used to watch videos. There used to be a lady who used to make the most amazing mini books, but it was a channel, and she'd do a tutorial every week. And she used, when she did them, she used double-sided tape and glue, and that was brilliant. Yeah, because it meant that you could actually line things up and still wiggle them,
but they'd hold over time.
They'd hold when they dried eventually.
Yeah, And obviously we've made mini books with like Herma, and then 10 years on they completely fall apart.
Not even 10 years. I was looking at the mini books that I've made. I'm going to have to go through and do a big repair job.
Well, 'cause they've all fallen apart.
Yeah, absolutely fallen apart.
Yes. Has anybody else found that with things they've crafted in years gone by, and the adhesive just doesn't hold up over time? I must say, ATG, not let me down.
No, it's not let me down either.
Whereas Herma and other cheaper tapes do not seem to last. So that's my dominoes. That's my dominoes. And then I got this lovely journaling card, storytelling, the art of using words and photos to turn a single moment into a treasured memory. How nice is that? And then photos of us girls on our scrapbook retreat.
Oh, that was so much fun, wasn't it?
It was. You've got to scrapbook these moments. Absolutely. So was definitely having those there. Now the cut file that comes in the kit is called Our Story. And then what's the other one? Be Kind is the other one, isn't it? So we've got Our Story. Now that for me, the title doesn't pop. So we were talking before the live, weren't we, Deb, that I might try out. Now, have you done this before?
Yeah, I actually cut it by hand, and I've cut one by hand and it looked okay, actually.
So shall I brave it?
Yeah, if I'm that organised, I would do it on the machine, but you can't cut it now, and it's hard getting the size right, isn't it, when you've already cut?
And do you feel able to, you would feel able to just cut round it?
Yeah, I just cut round it like you would with the letters, and it did look okay.
I'm going with it because people who get the kits won't necessarily want to use a digital machine because they won't have the digital cut file. So
no,
let's see if we can have a go with just doing it by hand. See how it comes out.
I can't remember. I've done it very recently, really recently. Bear with, I'll just go and look in my...
Oh yes, that's really spooky stuff. I've just spotted that. So me and Debbie, we probably haven't even noticed, but mine, and I've done yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, and so have you.
Oh,
we're so in tune.
So in tune.
We
often message each other the same thing, don't we?
And we go,
we're
oh,
both thinking like the same thing.
We go like, oh, snap. Right. Has anybody else ever done this before? I haven't, so it's a new one.
I'm just going to stick it down and I'll see if I can find the layout because I've done it very recently. I think I did it at Langley Borough.
What, where you did it by hand?
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
So you keep you keep the rough border.
Yeah, and then I trimmed round. Just bear with a minute and I'll see if I can find it.
I would love to see what it looks like, and I'd love to know if anybody else has ever, because what happens sometimes with these lovely white cut files is you lay them against other white backgrounds and they don't pop. Yes, Steph's done it, great. And you just put a bit of distress ink on the edges if it's looking a bit uneven.
This is it. I knew I had.
Oh, hi, Katie. Katie's going to watch back tomorrow, crack on with some of those challenges. Yeah, those challenge albums are filling up. They are fabulous. Right, let's have a look then, Deb. Oh, wow, that's hand
yeah, the
back.
dark is hand cut. Yeah, and it was fine. I just stuck it on and then cut round.
Yeah.
And I think it's worked really well.
And not too much of a major border, but it just needs to pop.
Yeah, and I love the colours, but it didn't pop on the back of this, and I wanted to keep it quite plain. And I had the scissors, but just enough to go round there. And yeah, and I didn't want to wait until I got home and then see if because sometimes if you cut a cut file, if you're going to do an offset, you have to cut the cut file exactly the same size or it won't work.
And I've tried that before, and the size hasn't been right, and I've tried it 4 times, and in the end I thought, why don't I just hand cut this?
Yeah.
I've wasted
Yeah.
so much cardstock trying to get the
And if you
outline
want
right.
to do something like an offset, I think really you need to be organised and do it when you cut the original cut file.
Yeah. And of course, the cut files in our kits are all pre-cut. So actually, this is a good technique to be able to say, well, if you want your cut files to pop, just do it by hand. It's actually fairly quick.
There, I knew I'd done that.
By the time it's on your layout, no one's going to see some of the unevenness. Oh, thanks, Jasmine. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you at a crop. I think you might be with us. I can't remember if you said you'd be with us September, but definitely October and November.
Bye, Jasmine.
And Jasmine's booked tickets for our weekend May crop and our Christmas crop. So that's fab. Right. Yeah, some of it's a bit uneven, but I'm not too... It's not as perfect.
It doesn't show when you trim round it, because I thought that with mine. I thought, oh, it's going to look really rubbish, but it doesn't. Well, I don't think it does anyway.
No. Once you stick it on that layout, it's going to look fabulous. Coming together quite nicely. Did you cut out all these little gaps, or did you not?
No.
In the middle of a cut file? No.
No. It's not worth it.
Life's too
in my
short,
opinion.
and we might mess it up.
Yeah.
You could get a knife out and start trying to do that, but
you could, but
like all this in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that just makes that stand out a little bit. And as you said, Steph, you could ink it a little bit. I think we're going to go for that. Looking great. And I was thinking these little bits here. 1, 2. I cut these out of the pink paper, but the reverse side. These little pieces. And then, like you, Deb, I went to this sticker sheet because there's some great stuff on here.
Yeah.
And I didn't know whether to try and get a few florals in.
I'm still not sure about using this picture, this photograph.
I think it looks beautiful because of the colour. It's the colour match with the yellow for me.
Do you think I need something on the corners, or do you think they're looking all right? You don't quite match up.
Yeah, you could. Have you got any die cuts you could go
Die cuts
for?
of what?
That's a good point. Hearts. I'm looking at our story and thinking, right, what might you?
Yeah. I'm going to look at the ephemera pack.
Oh, see what's in there actually.
What's in there?
I tell you. So you see the little plaid bit or the little floral bit? Could you cut the corners out of one of those?
Oh, the frame.
Could
try.
It might.
I'll see what it looks like colour-wise up against that
might
yellow.
not work, and you might think, oh no, that's not going to work.
But then I could punch some hearts out of that.
Could work. I'm getting my little craft knife. Just want to be able to cut out the middle bit of this. Not too much, but just this bit. Sometimes I want just this little bit of space poking through, and a craft knife. Just the way to go.
No. Did you mean this one? I don't think the colours match.
Yeah. Any ideas, anybody? Yeah, Lizzie, photo corners. That's what I was thinking. If you cut one of those ephemera pieces into almost like 4 photo corners, or make your own from some of the pattern papers. Because the border's lovely, but you want to, I know what you mean.
I think I could cut out a couple of these hearts.
And I have decided to just cut a little bit of this space out of here.
Oh, you're just showing off now, aren't you?
I know. I stuck it down. I went to stick it down like that's bugging me. It's bugging me. I don't want too much, but as I've got me scalpel, you know. Don't want to go too mad because I'll mess it up. Right.
I could actually die cut a little flower, a little blue one. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, you're almost, or a little clusterage in the corner of each.
It's getting the same though, isn't it? I don't think there's enough to make the same clusterage, and I would feel like I wanted them all kind of matching. Right, I'm going to try some little flowers.
Right, so our story, and we've got these little florals here, which are looking quite cute. I'm just looking to see what other bits of stickers I've got. Oh, now I feel like, because it was a crafting weekend, we should really have some of these to demonstrate our crafting. Yeah, Lizzie, great suggestion, like photo corners, but like in a, either in a black, or that is actually navy, isn't it, that paper? So yeah, the collection's got black in it or navy, like good old fashioned photo corners. If the flowers don't work,
yeah,
it's the kind of thing where you could make quite a formal photo corner. I don't know if, as in you've got a photo corner die. I know you've been doing lots of clearing out your craft room.
Well, I actually chucked some black photo corners yesterday.
Typical. Now, every crafter's nightmare that is. You're like, right, I'm clearing out. I don't need that.
No, they didn't look nice. They weren't lovely.
Oh, they were not good.
I still wouldn't have wanted to put them on. They had a horrible plasticky finish to them.
Right.
So no, I'm not sorry about that at all. But it would save me some time. That's the only thing.
Funny. Yeah, I'm with you. You do want to hide those little uneven bits. They'll bug you, won't they?
They will. Because you know what I'm like.
Yeah, it's like it's not done. It's not right.
I'm dropping the plates now. Oh.
Right, let's get this little one on yonder. Our story, lovely memory. Now, I'm wondering, do I then have to mount some of these in pink to tie the pink in here? Trouble is, it's on this beautiful paper. I don't want to waste this lovely paper, but in the solids pack there is just some pink. I could actually use up some of the coordinating pink, because I think these photos need the tiniest of mounts. Just a very thin pink border.
Sorry for missqueaking.
Don't you worry, you carry on. Has anybody else got any crafting plans for the weekend? We've not got any crafting plans on the horizon. Our in-person crop is 2nd of September, isn't it, Deb? So
yeah,
couple more weeks left before that happens. Yes. You see, you can't beat a little trusty sidekick.
no.
Years old.
This is actually a tag along.
Yeah.
So it's an Ellison one. Before.
Oh, it's a tag along. It's even more classic.
It's got a little pink and green. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Lizzie. You could just get a little 1/2 inch square and then you just cut it into triangles, and then you could even add some little florals on the top. Oh, they're beautiful, Deb.
And then if I cut another bit, I can have...
Love a little die cut floral.
Let's see what that looks like.
I am just quickly mounting these on pink because I think it needs a bit of pink. Tiniest bit.
Does that look a bit naff in each corner?
I think with a triangle, I think, see if you put them on top of a corner, so you're almost embellishing the photo corner.
I'm not convinced.
Not easy, is it, when you think...
No.
Has anybody else done that? You start a layout, you start working on it and think, yeah, I'm liking it, and then you're like, oh. We've done some lives, haven't we, where we're just like...
I'm wondering if I need to just do something that goes over there with the stencil. I've had an idea.
I love it when you get an idea.
Well, let's hope it works. Don't know if it's going to work yet.
Comes about. Right, so mounted these with a tiny thin bit of pink. Let's bring this back because I feel like it needed the pink to tie in with the pink here. And then, yes, it did. And this might need the tiniest bit of pink top and bottom.
How's that?
Oh, clever. It's a photo corner, but with a stenciled piece.
Just thought it tones in. It doesn't look glaringly obvious.
And it looks like almost a continual stenciled border.
That's what I wanted.
Love it. Love it when
that worked. It was a design opportunity.
Love it when a plan comes together.
That just squares off the corners, which I'm happier with.
Good.
What does everyone else think? Does that look all right? Take a leap of faith. I'm doing it. I'm sticking it down.
And once you decide how you're going to embellish the whole layout, you might decide to embellish a little bit of the corners once you know what the overall bits of embellishments are you're going to be doing elsewhere.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm quite happy with that border as it is.
Love it.
It's taken me long enough, hasn't it?
Sometimes the best layouts are worth faffing over.
Well, I'm not going to finish this until at least the weekend.
We are over time, aren't we? And I don't think I'm going to finish this one either, but I did get this lacy one done, so I'm happy with how that one came together. And I just need to finish working on this one. A few more bits there. That is
right. I'm just going to stick my corners in, and then I think that's as far as I will get.
As we're going to get. Brill. Well, I think that's us done, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and we will be back same time next week.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.